What if there was a way to take your story, everything that you live, different challenges, setbacks, failures, successes, what if there was a way for you to put all of those various aspects of your life, of your story, and put it in a box? And every single month, you sold millions and millions of copies of this particular box. Just all about your story. And it's only to people who truly want to hear your story. They're not buying the box to criticize you, to see what was wrong, so they're not buying it for that reason. But if there was a way that you could put all of your story inside of this one box, would you want to do it? If so, I want to show you exactly how to do that. Maybe it's not going to be millions, and maybe it is, but I want to show you exactly how to do that, because I want to show you exactly what I did. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to actually see what's inside the box to even open it up, to see, like, why would people even want to do that? So when you think about a box that is yours, this box is yours. What's inside is your story. Now, the thing that we must all realize is that your story, my story, we all have a voice. And so first off, it takes us understanding that we even have a voice. But once we use our voice, from there, it's all about what we say and how we even package it. Because when people want to buy your box, it's not just your box, but it's all about how you package it. And it's all about how you package your story. So for me, what I did is, part of my story is I was born to teen parents. I failed in third grade almost twice. I was labeled dyslexic. And school systems all across the world were having challenges with young men. And so what I did is I started to understand, like, how did I overcome some of the challenges that I overcame? What were some of the things that people that work with me, how were they successful with me? And so I reverse engineered, and from there, I end up writing a book. I wrote a book talking about all of the various things that I experienced and all of the things that, other people who were working with me, like, how were they successful? What caused me to be successful, but also what caused me to fail? And how could I package it up in a way to help other people? And so when I wrote my first book, school systems, they started to learn about me. And so long story short, school systems started to hire me to speak. You might ask the question, where does residual income come in? The residual income comes into play because a lot of these school systems, just like there were students every year, there were also teachers every year. And so different school systems would hire me every single year to come in and share the same exact presentation off of one book. And so when these different school systems was hiring me to come in and speak, and I'm sharing my story, and they were buying my book, and they started asking me, well, what else do you have to sell? Because a lot of people, they have already read my book, and I didn't really have anything else to sell. So what I did is I took another aspect of my story, different parts of my life, and I created different products. Now, this is a CD. Now, people don't even really have CDs anymore, and if you don't know what a CD is, you're probably too young, but this CD was something that I sold to school systems all across the world, and I created a program. And the program was called Fear to Freedom. Now, this program was something that school systems were buying it every single year. Now, I created it once, but they were buying it every single year. And just like this program, they were also buying this book. In addition to buying this book and buying this program, they were also buying my training every single year, and it was all based on my story. And so when people got through going through this program, they were asking me, do you have anything else? And so I created another program. Now, again, these were all CD at the time, but it was something else that people could buy from something that I created one time, and I'm selling it over and over and over again. And so by this time, I have 3 different products that are making me money every single year. In addition to, people are paying me every single year to come in and teach at these different schools all across the country. And guess what they started doing? They started asking me, do you have anything else? And so I wrote another book. And then I created another program. And so by this time, I have 2 books and 3 different programs that I'm selling that's all making money residually, because people are paying me every single year to come in and teach. So I'm not only just getting paid from the speaking, I'm also getting paid from the products and services that I created. Now, how does this relate to you? Because I know you don't really care about any of this stuff. You want to know, like, how does this relate to you? It relates to you because, believe it or not, you have your own box. Inside your box, it might not be programs, it might not be books, it might be like software, it might be speaking, but whatever's in your box, it's all about you packaging it in a way where people can pay you every single month or every single year, however the frequency is, because of how you packaged your box and how you made what's in your box something that's going to help them. No matter who we are, our stories on some kind of level can help somebody, if nothing else, to give them a different perspective. And when you can take your story and you can package it up in a way that allows people to be served, now that can be a residual income that you get over and over and over again from something that you lived one time. The story that you have, you lived it one time. But if you package it, you can get paid for it over and over and over again. And I want to encourage you to think about what problems exist in the world that you can lend your story to, an aspect of your story, because the reality is we have so many different stories about us. But what aspect of your story can you lend to a problem that already exists in the world that people are already paying for? See, for me, way back then, people were already paying for training inside of school systems. People were already looking for solutions on how to handle young men. Like how do we teach our young men? How do we be more effective in communicating with them? Classroom management. Those things, they already existed. People were looking for solutions. And I just put myself in the path of where the money was already flowing. And you can do the exact same thing in your version of putting your box together and opening up your box in a way where your story can come out and serve somebody else. So again, I don't know exactly what that looks like for you, but I want to encourage you to truly think about, what story do you have? Let's say you're already an entrepreneur, but what story do you have that can cause people to even care? Why should they even buy your product, your service, or whatever it is? Because the thing is, people only buy because they want to. And sometimes people only buy and people only want to because something about your story moved them to a desire to have the yes to whatever it is that you're selling. When you think about one, like my book, for instance, it's not that people want to buy a book, but they want to buy a solution. They want to figure out, like, how can I connect with my son? How can I connect with this male student? How can I make my life that was once a living hell, a living heaven? Because if you've been around teachers or people that work with young men, it's very difficult. And they're willing to pay whatever for the information to stop the pain that they were experiencing. Now, for transparency, that's not an industry that I work in anymore, because I work, more so with adults now. But that was something that I capitalized on, and I created a presentation specifically teaching parents and teachers how to successfully be with young men. And I delivered that presentation, same presentation, for 7 years. Same presentation, 7 years, just different audiences. And that was paying me every single time I communicated it. And part of that was all about my story. People wanted to hear about my story because when they understood my story, they understood all of the stories from some regard of all of the young men they were dealing with. And so if you have any inclination or any desire, or maybe you're already an entrepreneur, maybe you're already a business owner, how to use your story to earn and create residual income by solving some kind of problem, I would love to help you do that. So if you have any interest at all, I would invite you to go to residualincomedaily.com, and there you will find the step-by-step process on how to actually do that. This is a way, grassroots, for me to actually show you even deeper exactly what I did. And again, I know CDs don't really sell anymore, but the concept is still the same. It's all about packaging. And so if you have any kind of story, let me say this, everybody has a story. But if there's something that stands out to you, that there's a problem that you want to solve, something that you're passionate about, and it's a way for you to help other people, I really want to invite you to go to residualincomedaily.com. And there, let me show you the step-by-step process on how to earn residual income from your story. And maybe you didn't even know it was possible. But I'm telling you firsthand from all of my previous experience and from the box that I had to learn that I had access to, and it was all about my story, and it's all about how do I package it in a way where when people open it up, they're willing to pay me over and over again, because my box is not just benefiting me, but it's benefiting the people that opens it up. I want to show you exactly how to create your own box in your own way so that people can open up your box and they're willing to pay you over and over again, because what's inside that box is your story that's going to help them get out of their solution or get to their solution and get out of a problem that they're actually in. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And if you know anybody who can benefit from this video, I want to ask you to share this with at least 2 people. Hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.